The roar was deafening. It was a sound that had never echoed through these halls before. Eala stood there, frozen for a single moment. Her hand trembled as she touched the silver trophy. The cameras flashed, capturing every tear and every smile. This was not just another match win. This was history unfolding in real time. The final point had landed just seconds ago. A clean forehand winner ripped down the line. Her opponent could only watch it fly past. The ball kissed the baseline and kicked up chalk dust. There was no challenge. There was no doubt. The umpire's voice confirmed it all. Game, set, and match, Eala. The crowd erupted with pure, unbridled joy. The Philippines had its first WTA champion. The weight of that moment sat heavy on her shoulders. You could see the relief wash over her face. Years of sacrifice had finally paid off. She looked up to her box, searching for her family. Their tears mirrored her own. This was the culmination of a lifelong dream. The slow-motion replays showed her knees buckling slightly. She knelt down and kissed the court. It was a gesture of pure gratitude. She touched the hard court surface like an old friend. Every drop of sweat, every painful loss, every doubt, they all dissolved into that single kiss. She raised her arms to the sky. The trophy felt heavier than she ever imagined. But it was the sweetest weight she had ever carried. Commentators were scrambling for words. They had never seen such a breakthrough. A teenager from Manila conquering the world stage. The flashbacks start immediately. We are transported back to the months before this glory. It was not always sunshine and trophies for Eala. There was a time when she was just another promising junior. Her name was known only to hardcore tennis fans. She was the Rafael Nadal scholar from Spain, the girl with the ferocious double-handed backhand. But the WTA Tour is a brutal environment. It eats young talents alive with ruthless efficiency. Eala tasted that brutality repeatedly. She lost in qualifying rounds of small tournaments. She was beaten by veterans who knew every trick. There were matches where she cried in the locker room. The pressure of a nation weighed on her young mind. Every Filipino fan expected her to win instantly. Every analyst compared her to the legends. She was supposed to be the next big thing. But the big thing was still searching for its first title. She faced defeats that would break lesser spirits. She lost to players ranked outside the top 100. She blew match points in crucial moments. The mental fragility was her biggest enemy. But here is where the story gets interesting. Eala never stopped believing. She went back to the practice courts with a fire. She studied her losses more than her wins. Every defeat became a lesson in disguise. She worked on her movement, her footwork, her timing. She hired new fitness coaches to build her stamina. The physical transformation was remarkable and gradual. Her serve gained significant pace over the months. Her forehand became a reliable weapon point after point. She learned to control the big moments with composure. The losses became closer and closer. The matches started to turn in her favor. She was knocking on the door of success. And then, in a tournament that many overlooked, she kicked it down. But let's not jump ahead too quickly. Let's analyze the tactical genius displayed that week. Eala played the best tennis of her life in that final. She was not just hitting ground strokes, she was directing traffic. Her opponent was a powerful baseline hitter. A woman ranked significantly higher than her. The game plan was clear from the very first game. Eala attacked the backhand relentlessly with heavy topspin. She forced errors by changing the pace constantly. She used her slice to disrupt the rhythm. When her opponent tried to come to the net, she passed her perfectly. The court vision was extraordinary for a 20-year-old. She had scouted her opponent's weaknesses meticulously. The data showed a vulnerability on the return of serve. So Eala served wide on crucial points repeatedly. She mixed up her placement to keep her guessing. The statistics tell a compelling story of dominance. She won 80% of her first serve points, a staggering number for a high-pressure final. She hit 11 aces, never double faulting. Her forehand created 23 winners off the ground. Meanwhile, her unforced error count stayed absurdly low. Only 14 mistakes across 3 sets of tennis. That is the mark of a champion under pressure. She refused to give away free points. Every single ball was sent back with purpose. The mental fortitude was on full display. She faced 5 breakpoints in the second set. She saved every single one of them. The key moment came in the 8th game. With the score tied, Eala hit a stunning passing shot. It was down the line, skimming the net. The crowd gasped at the sheer audacity of it. She broke serve to take the lead. She never looked back from that critical moment. The confidence flooded into every shot she hit. Her opponent grew visibly frustrated and tired. The mental battle had already been won. The trophy was just a formality at that point. This was not luck. This was preparation meeting opportunity. She had been building towards this week for years. Every session in the gym paid off. Every tactical review with her coach paid dividends. Every rejection from bigger tournaments fueled her hunger. The WTA ranking will now reflect her brilliance. She will skyrocket up the rankings expectedly. The points from this title are significant indeed. She will enter the top 100 for the first time. The gates of the big tournaments are swinging open wide. She will no longer need qualifying wildcards. She will be accepted directly into main draw. The Grand Slam qualifying rounds will become distant memories. Playing in the main draw changes everything strategically. She will face top 20 players in early round. That is a massive step up in competition level. But her game is tailor-made for the challenge. Her relentless consistency will frustrate aggressive hitters. She has the speed to track down every ball. The pressure of winning her first title is gone now. That monkey is finally off her back forever. She can play with pure freedom and joy. She can swing freely without fear of failure. This new mindset will unlock another level. She will be seated in the upcoming major events. Bigger prize money will fund better travel conditions. She can afford a dedicated physio on the road. Her team can now travel to every tournament. That was impossible with her previous financial constraints. The resources will help her recover better daily. She will be fresher in the late stages of events. All these factors combine for a perfect storm. The tennis world is officially on notice now. The Philippines is not just a basketball country anymore. A tennis superstar is emerging from the islands. Back home, the reaction has been nothing short of electric. The entire nation stopped to watch her final match. Streets in Manila were completely empty during the broadcast. Even the traffic police were glued to their screens. Public plazas were set up with giant screens. Thousands gathered to cheer her every point. The country erupted when she won the final point. Fireworks lit up the sky over the capital. It was a national holiday atmosphere instantly. Social media crashed with the volume of congratulations. Trending hashtags remained active for 3 straight days. The president himself issued a public statement of praise. He called her a beacon of hope for all Filipinos. Children in every province are picking up rackets. Tennis courts that were abandoned are now crowded. The local federation reports record enrollment numbers. A whole generation has been inspired to dream big. The ripple effect extends beyond athletic boundaries. Young girls see her as proof that dreams are possible. They see that a local girl can beat the world. The impact on Philippine sports culture is immense. It has shifted the collective consciousness of the nation. The commercial opportunities are exploding too. Major global brands are lining up for endorsement deals. Her face will soon be on billboards around Asia. The international media wants exclusive interviews daily. Her visibility in the tennis world has multiplied exponentially. Wildcards into big tournaments come with more ease now. Tournament directors love having her in their draws. She brings a passionate fan base and great headlines. Sponsors are offering her appearance fees just to show up. The financial security will relieve the pressure completely. She can now hire the best nutritionists in the world. She can train in optimal weather conditions daily. Her coaching team can expand with specialists. A mental coach will join her traveling squad. A data analyst will break down every opponent. This is the infrastructure that champions require. She will have every edge possible going forward. The next target is the top 50 bracket. If her form continues, she can reach there soon. She has the game to trouble the elite players. Her defense is comparable to a brick wall. Her counter-punching style is brutal on opponents. Imagine her playing Iga Swiatek on a big court. The match would be a tactical chess battle. Eala's speed would neutralize Swiatek's power. She would force the world number 1 to earn every point. Or picture her against Aryna Sabalenka's power game. The contrast in styles would make for a classic. Eala's consistency would exploit Sabalenka's errors. These are not far-fetched scenarios at all. The future is incredibly bright and promising. But let's return to the present moment first. She will enjoy this historic victory for now. She will take a small break to recharge. Then the training grind begins once again. The next tournament is already on her calendar. She will enter with a target on her back now. Everyone will want to beat the new champion. But that pressure is a privilege she has earned. It proves she has arrived at the top level. The journey is far from over. This is clear. In fact, this title is just the opening chapter. The tennis fairy tale of Eala continues. We are witnessing the rise of a true icon, a legend in the making for the sport. The young girl from the Philippines is here, and she is ready to rule the tennis world. What a moment, what a player, what a story. We cannot wait to see what comes next. The world is officially her stage now. This victory has fundamentally altered her mental landscape. The constant self-doubt that plagued her early career has vanished. It has been replaced by an unshakable belief in her abilities. She now knows she can beat anyone on any surface. That knowledge is more dangerous than any forehand. Her opponents will feel this new aura of confidence. They will see it in her posture on the court. They will feel it in the weight of her shots. The dynamic has shifted entirely in her favor. She no longer plays the role of the underdog. She is now the hunter, not the prey. This subtle shift changes the dynamics of every match. Her pre-match rituals have evolved as well. She now visualizes lifting trophies before matches. She repeats affirmations about being a champion. The sports psychology is finally catching up to her physical talent. She has hired a dedicated sports psychologist recently. This expert helps her process the new expectations. They work on maintaining emotional stability during matches. The mental training is just as rigorous as the physical. She practices breathing exercises during every changeover. She uses specific cues to stay present in the moment. All these tools combine to create a fortress mentality, an impenetrable mindset that opponents cannot break. Meanwhile, her serve has undergone a massive overhaul. She worked extensively with a biomechanics expert in Spain. The new motion is smoother and much more efficient. Her toss is now perfectly consistent every single time. She drives through the ball with explosive hip rotation. The result is an extra 10 miles per hour of pace. But more importantly, the placement has become surgical. She can hit corners at will with disguised looks. This new weapon sets up her entire game plan. Free points on serve reduce the physical toll. She saves energy for the crucial return games. The return of serve was always her strength, though. She reads the server's toss like a book. Her first step is explosive and decisive. She takes the ball early, robbing opponents of time. This aggressive returning style puts immediate pressure on. It forces opponents to serve bigger and risk more. The combination of solid serve and fierce return is deadly. It is a complete package that top players possess. She now has the tools to compete with the best. Let's also examine her improved physical conditioning. She has added significant lean muscle to her frame. Her legs are stronger, allowing for better court coverage. She slides into shots with effortless athleticism. Her recovery time between points has decreased noticeably. This allows her to maintain intensity deep into matches. In her title run, she played 3 three-set matches. Her opponents faded in the decisive final sets. Her physical superiority was the determining factor. This was not the case a year ago at all. She would often start strong but fade badly later. Her stamina was a serious limiting weakness before. Now she is arguably the fittest player on tour. She trains 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. Her team tracks every metric from sleep to hydration. She follows a strict nutrition plan crafted by experts. The recovery protocols resemble those of Olympic athletes. Her commitment to excellence is absolutely total. Nothing is left to chance in her preparation. This professionalism sets her apart from her peers. Most players rely purely on natural talent. Eala combines talent with relentless hard work. This dedication sends a message to the tour. It tells every other player that she belongs here. It tells them she is ready to work the hardest. The reputation she builds now will precede her. The tennis world loves a hard worker who perseveres. Crowds will naturally gravitate towards her style. Her humble demeanor combined with fierce intensity is captivating. She thanks the ball kids after every single match. She signs autographs until security forces her away. She takes time to talk to young fans personally. This authenticity endears her to audiences worldwide. We are watching a superstar develop in real time. Her marketing potential is absolutely incredible as well. She represents a market of over 100 million people. Brands are fighting to be the first official sponsor. The endorsement deals will be worth millions soon. This financial backing will support her entire career. She will have the best equipment and travel always. The Gatorade-level endorsements are just around the corner. But she remains humble despite the growing hype. She still lives a modest lifestyle in training camps. She drives a simple car and never buys luxury items. Her focus is entirely on winning more trophies. But she understands the importance of balance now. She takes time to call her family every day. These grounding moments keep her connected to her roots. She remembers the early mornings and long drives. She remembers her mother's sacrifice and her father's faith. The village that raised her celebrates her every victory. This support system is her greatest treasure. The next Grand Slam season will be her true test. She will face the absolute elite of women's tennis. The pressure of a packed stadium won't faze her anymore. Her title run taught her how to handle the spotlight. She will need every ounce of her new confidence. The draw could place her against a top seed early. That would be the ultimate measuring stick for her. But she welcomes these difficult challenges with open arms. Every tough match makes her better and more complete. She has stopped fearing the big names completely. She respects them but no longer places them on pedestals. They bleed and sweat just like she does. They feel the same nerves and the same doubts. The mental edge she gained is incredibly valuable. It levels the playing field in crucial moments. This newfound courage has changed her entire approach. The WTA Tour has taken notice of her dangerous potential. Players now scout for her matches diligently. Coaches analyze her patterns looking for weaknesses. She has become a legitimate threat that cannot be ignored. This respect has been earned through pure hard work. The underdog days are officially behind her forever. She now travels with an entourage of support staff, a fitness coach, a physio, and her hitting partner. Her primary coach coordinates the entire operation. This professional setup mirrors the top 10 players. The structures are now in place for sustained success. She can focus purely on improving her tennis game. Her battle with the world number 25 showed her growth. A few months ago, she would have lost that match. She would have tightened up in the decisive moments. Instead, she played her best tennis under pressure. She saved 3 match points with fearless hitting. The composure she displayed was truly veteran-like. That match proved her mental transformation was real. The new Eala performs best when it matters most. This capacity to elevate her game is a rare gift. It separates the good players from the great ones. She has crossed that threshold decisively this season. Her name is now in the conversation for future champions. Looking ahead, the clay court season offers great opportunities. Her movement and sliding skills translate perfectly to dirt. She grew up training on clay in Spain, after all. That background gives her a massive technical advantage. The French Open could be a breakthrough major for her. She could make a deep run if the draw opens up. Her defensive skills are perfectly suited for the surface. She can absorb pace and redirect the ball beautifully. The high bounce suits her heavy topspin forehand perfectly. She will be a dangerous unseeded floater there. Nobody will want to face her in the early rounds. The tennis world is starting to fear her name quietly. They know what she is capable of on any surface. The grass season follows, offering different challenges entirely. Her low, flat ground strokes work well on quick courts. She reaches the Wimbledon tune-ups with serious momentum. The biggest change, though, is in her interviews now. She speaks with confidence and clarity about her goals. She openly states her ambition to win Grand Slams. She discusses her desire to reach the world #1 ranking. These are not the words of an arrogant athlete. They are the statements of someone who deeply believes. She has the results to back up every ambitious claim. The press loves her direct and honest communication style. She answers every question with thoughtful sincerity. She deflects praise, thanking her team constantly. She acknowledges her opponents with genuine respect. This professional maturity is rare for her young age. She handles the media circus with remarkable grace. The Filipinos have started a new tradition at her matches. They bring flags, banners, and massive loud cheers. The atmosphere feels like a home football game. Her section is filled with colorful pride and energy. Even her rivals appreciate the passionate excitement. The atmosphere brings a new dimension to her matches. She feeds off the positive energy from the crowds. This support gives her an extra boost in tight matches. The connection with her people is truly special. She finds small moments of normalcy between tournaments now. She cooks Filipino dishes in her apartment kitchen. She listens to OPM music before her matches. She shares video calls with her younger siblings. These routines ground her amid the chaotic tour life. She never forgets where she came from at all. The humility remains despite the massive fame. That authenticity is why the people adore her so much. They see themselves reflected in her hard-working spirit. The financial windfall has allowed for better travel logistics. She no longer flies economy on long-haul flights. The private physio can now accompany her everywhere. She books hotels close to the tournament grounds. Her team coordinates recovery sessions immediately after matches. She uses hyperbaric chambers when available at venues. The modern recovery technology accelerates her healing process. She enters each tournament fresh and physically ready. This consistency is what builds a solid season. She can now compete fully in back-to-back events. The grueling tour schedule no longer breaks her down. The coaching strategy sessions have evolved significantly. They now watch hours of film on every opponent. They identify patterns in serve placement and tendencies. They create specific game plans for each matchup. Her coach communicates these strategies clearly during huddles. She can adjust her tactics mid-match effectively now. The tennis IQ has grown exponentially this year. She understands the chess match within the physical battle. This tactical awareness keeps her ahead of the competition. She is no longer relying on raw talent alone. The upcoming hard court swing in North America looks promising. The fast courts in Cincinnati suit her aggressive style. She could earn a seeded spot at the US Open soon. That would be a monumental achievement for any player. She laughed when asked about the Olympics earlier, but her qualification is now realistically within reach. The national pride that would come is overwhelming. She could represent the Philippines with honor and glory. The nation would stand still to watch her compete. That day cannot come soon enough for her fans. As the season progresses, the wins will keep coming. She is on a trajectory towards tennis stardom. The foundation is solid and the future is bright. She has silenced all her remaining critics completely. There are no more questions about her potential at all. The only question left is how high she can climb. And that is the most exciting prospect of all. This is the dawning of a golden era for her. The fairy tale has only just started to unfold. The world should be very afraid of what comes next. Eala is here to stay, and she means business. The journey is going to be absolutely spectacular to witness. Let the story continue in the most epic way. The best is yet to come for this phenomenal player.